Oh, just waiting for it to say I'm live. I'm not sure whether I am. Just bear with me a moment. Hello and a very warm welcome to my live. My name is Julie-Sian. I'm internationally known as an intuitive tarot and oracle card reader. I do have clients all around the world actually thinking about it. Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Panama, America, Canada, Europe, Japan. Just naming a few countries from where my clients come from. India, South Africa. Yup. Hey! I'm also known as the Manifesting Mentor Queen, where I work with the laws of the universe to help you manifest whatever it is you want in your life. We do often ask people, often say to me, you know, I'm manifesting away and it's not working out because of certain reasons. Working from a place of lack. You think you're doing all these wonderful things. I do this and I do this and I say thank you every day, and then one time winning the lottery, and it's like, well, you want every time you say thank you for something and you want the universe to pat you on the back and go, congratulations, you know, you say thank you every day for what you're doing, so I will reward you. It's not like that. It doesn't quite work out like that. I am the author of 2 books, Lunar Reflections, the Harnessing the Power of the Zodiac Signs, Moon Phases, Tarot and Oracle Cards for Self-Discovery. Bit of a mouthful. I'm the author of that, Lunar Reflections. It did make Amazon Top 50. Did You Make Your Bed? This is the art of action to manifest your dream life. So I'm author of that. I'm also the author of my own deck of cards, Elemental Fairy Affirmation Cards. Actually Amazon top 10 sellers list, sold out on Amazon, can only available to buy from my website juliesian.co.uk. I'm just going to put the link in sian.co.uk. So if anyone does want to have a reading or wants to purchase the book or anything, there is the website which you can click. And if you enjoy what's happening today and you want to give thanks if you do have a reading, you're welcome to give me stars. Oh yes, stars. Not sure how they work, but you can gift them if you like. Okay, before I start, I do need let me have a mouth of my tea. Yeah, grab a cup of tea. Sit and enjoy me for a while. If I do any readings, I will be using the Angel Tarot cards by Radley Valentine. I am London calling. I am in the UK, so I need to put this legal disclaimer. Not allowed to give legal, medical, financial advice or pregnancy advice. And it's classed as entertainment purposes only. Preferably if you are over 18. If you're under 18, you need a parent or guardian present throughout the reading. I have to do that disclaimer. It's a legal thing by saying it's entertainment purposes only. Hello, Anne. Thank you for joining me. It is classed as entertainment purposes only, but if you choose to use the information in another way, that's down to you and not down to me. I have to state that legal definition. So, as I said, we have got a new moon in Gemini, and a new moon is all about new beginnings. So what I'll do is, Anne, I will be doing readings in a minute, but what we'll do is talk about the new moon in Gemini first, waiting for other people to join us. So taking my book, The Lunar Reflections, excuse all the bits of paper sticking up, because I have to make sure, save time, I'm there. So, Gemini. Twins. Gemini is the 3rd sign of the zodiac. Oh, I love the number 3. 3, 7 and 21 are my 3 magical numbers. It's symbolised by the twins and is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, intellect and connection. Communication is one of the main reasons everything collapses around you. If you don't communicate what you want or what you really want, how does someone else know? because unless you're psychic or unless you're a mind reader, unless you tell someone and communicate with them, things will go apart. It represents curiosity, adaptability and versatility, and Gemini is an air sign which is known for quick wit and dynamic energy. So it's an air, so it's all about your thoughts. Air is all about your thoughts, your conscious and subconscious thoughts. That's why it's a communicative sign. Those born under the sign are often social butterflies, thriving in environments where they exchange ideas, explore new concepts. Exchanging concepts, you're communicating your concepts, aren't you? Whether you're speaking, verbally, drawing, writing, and you engage in lively discussions. Hopefully we can have a lively discussion today. Their ability to multitask and their love for learning makes them a natural communicators and lifelong seekers of knowledge. I think I might have a bit of Gemini in me because I'm constantly reading. In connection with the moon cycle, now this is what we're all about, connecting with the moon. The new moon is all about new beginnings, new starts. And actually, this moon has actually been kicking people into action. Myself, I've been kicked into action. I suddenly thought, oh, I do need to do a cleanse. I need to get off my arse and start getting out there and getting some fresh air and stuff, and so on and so forth. Eating healthy as well. Gemini infuses the cosmic energy with a focus of communications, intellectual pursuits and a mental agility. And when the moon is in Gemini, it sparks a desire to connect with others. They share their ideas and absorb information. Well, I had a desire to come live today, sharing my knowledge, which is in the books. Love it. Okay, it's ideal period for brainstorming, networking and initiating projects that require creative thinking. And the Gemini moon cycle is deeply connected to themes of exploration, versatility and adaptability, and encourages us to stay open-minded, flexible and eager to learn from various perspectives. And this lunar phase is perfect for diving into new hobbies, discovering fresh ideas and finding innovative ways to express yourselves. However, there is always a downside. Well, it's the yin and the yang, and the up and the down, the heads and the tails. However, the fast-paced and dynamic nature of Gemini can sometimes lead to scattered energy or a tendency towards superficiality. What a good word, superficiality, and I managed to say that. I was doing a meditation the other day. I was doing a reading, a fairy card meditation, reading, whatever it was. And I had a word. And I just couldn't pronounce it. And I can't remember what it was, popularity or something. And it was a word. And I said it. And I had to re-say it and re-say it. And it was just, I just couldn't say this one word. And it was like, hopefully or something. It was a really weird word. And I just but not weird. It was just like a common word. Colourful. And I just couldn't say it. It didn't matter how many times I tried it. In the end, it was like, colourful. So when you read it, it was a fairy, I think it's tomorrow's reading for fairy card, and he was like, what couldn't pronounce the word, superficiality. With so many ideas and interests to explore, it can be easy to become overwhelmed or lose focus. And during the Gemini moon cycle, it is essential to find a balance between curiosity and concentration. By channeling Gemini's inquisitive energy with intention and purpose, we can fully harness its potential for growth, learning and meaningful connection. So that's what the Gemini, and the new moon is all about new beginnings. So if you're finding things aren't working out at the moment, maybe you need to find a new way to communicate with someone. Communicate to tell them that actually you are the biggest dickhead around, you're a prat, you're an idiot, and goodbye. You know, if you don't change your ways, that irritating habit is really irritating me. I'm going to communicate with you. Communication. And it's a new way. And maybe it's a way of finding if things aren't working out how you want at the moment, maybe it's time to communicate and do things in a different way so you get a different outcome. So if you've been telling people, please pick up your dirty clothes off the floor and put it in the bin. And if they're not doing that, maybe you need to communicate in a different way. Like, if it's not in the wash bin, it won't get washed. And if they say at the end of the week, where's all my clean washing? And you go, well, I don't know, because it wasn't in the wash basket. So instead of telling them all the time, because quite clearly it's going over their head, just go, enough! You know, two can play at that game, you know. Okay, So how will this work? Well, normally, because I do my readings differently, on a Thursday when I get people, when people join me, beautiful people join me with beautiful energy, and I'm really blessed. So Thursday is the day I normally do my tarot, but today, because it's a new moon, I thought I'd do tarot because I'm reflecting with my book, which is available on Amazon. It's available on Amazon, absolutely, as is my other book, Did You Make Your Bed? Also available on Amazon. So it's available on Amazon. So I thought I will do tarot again today. I have done my disclaimer for anyone though who's just joining now. I have done my disclaimer at the beginning, absolutely. So, what I normally do on a Thursday is I ask someone, if you want a card, what is your current perceived problem? Hello, Bev. I ask people on a Thursday, what is your current perceived problem? So the card reading we do interjects and helps you with that current problem, rather than just doing, oh, you have the moon. Oh, I like that. Do you see I shuffled and the first card is the moon? Oh, we have the moon, and the moon is all about the shadow work and stuff like that. What I would do is, if you tell me what your problem is, I go, right, what you're not facing? And I actually link the card into how you can solve your current perceived problem. That's what I try and do on a Thursday. I will try and do that today, but what we're doing, because it is a new moon in Gemini, I'm going to have another slurp of my cup of tea. So let me know if you do have a perceived problem. Yeah, you know, my problem is no one wants to eat the dinner I've just cooked, and I go, well, sod that, they can go hungry. I'll eat my dinner, and you can either eat it now when it's hot, or otherwise go without food. I don't know, whatever perceived problem, you know, and it can all be. But that was interesting. I shuffled and the moon came up. Okay, the moon is important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, and release fears that are holding you back. And maybe this is a general card for everyone about the moon. There are things going on around you that you don't see. When you walk through a path in a wood, and it's the sunshine, and you can look through the trees in the sunshine, and you can see things beyond the edge of the path. However, when it's nighttime and you've got the moon is shining on things, but you look in the wood and it doesn't go there. But you do know that still in the woods there are things going on, but you can't see them. You know, you can't see the foxes and the badgers and the rabbits and the little mice running around, etc., because it's all hidden. But there are things going on. And with us the moon, there's always more things going on. And when you communicate and ask people, what is it they mean? What are they? And this is what it is saying, go deeper. Don't be superficial. Don't just go, someone told me never to work with an eclipse. Well, listen to that person or do your own research. If you read my book, you find that there's a lot of good work about working, the positive sides of working with an eclipse. But if you just listen to one person and their opinion is created on their belief system, don't listen to them. Do your research. And it says more things are going on behind your back. And this is like the new beginnings. Hello, health. Absolutely. And what is it about the health? You know, where can we do that? So I will try and do your card reading with knowledge based around the health. Okay. The other thing is communication with the moon and new beginnings. And the thing is, when we start taking responsibility of our own life, because it says, you know, more things going on behind, because we like to blame. I blame my parents, I blame my brother, I blame my boss, I blame my I blame the universe, and you start blaming everyone else, but you're the one that makes these choices. You know, I blame the world that I'm overweight, and then I go, well, are you the one that ate all the chocolate, who ate all the are you the one that ate the chocolate? Are you the one who doesn't do the exercise? Are you the one who doesn't do this? But you're blaming someone else because did they put the gun to your head to eat that bar of chocolate? Did they put that gun to the head to make you drink that alcohol? Did they put that thing, you know, you have a choice in the relationship, and if your relationship is not going very well, you have the choice to do a communication, and you go, oh, well, if I leave him, we know that, and it's like, bullshit to that. Okay, it's communication and taking responsibility. So we have the beautiful Anne. I will go with Anne first, Samantha. So we've got Anne, Bev and Samantha. So Anne, bless her, has said job, looking for the job. Okay, when we have problems with our jobs, we find it's like you've either got one or you haven't got one. I'm going to take this card. This card flipped upside down. Not upside down, it flipped over. When I have a reversed card, you know when you have a card, it's upside down, all it means is I readers I've got to pay attention, because in order to read what's said on the card, I have to turn it the correct way. What happened there when I was shuffling? This flipped up. So this is King of Earth. This is for Anne, the King of Earth. Earth is our pentacles. So I'm just going to get my thing. So in my book, The King of Pentacles, so I will do this. Hello, Jeanette. So I will do, first of all, I'm going to read you the definition of the King of Pentacles in my book, Lunar Things. The King of Pentacles represents mastery over the material realm, financial success, and the ability to create lasting stability and abundance. And I actually, in my book, align the King of Pentacles with the full moon, because the Pentacles has got everything, and the King, he's got everything there. And it says the full moon aligns with the King's peak of achievement, where all his efforts come into fruition and his wealth and success are in their fullest, are at their fullest. Now, if you've got a problem with your job, and it's like, you have all these skills, you've got all the knowledge, you know how to do your job, but is it that you feel that you're being overlooked? Maybe you're feeling you're not being respected. Maybe you feel that I'm not getting the promotion. And ask yourself, why am I not happy in the job? What is it? Because is it like on a Monday morning you wake up and think, oh, I've got to go to my job? Now, many years ago when you first started your job, you enjoyed it. Why? And what is it that you don't like? And when you analyse what it is that you don't like about your job, you can like it, lump it, leave it, or do something about it. And you go, I have to work to earn a living, to pay my bills, I've got to work. Your job you do, say you're an accountant, how many accountancy companies are there? So if you're not happy with the accountancy company you're working with and they're overlooking your promotional skills, maybe it's time to go and work with a different company. There's more than one job out there. Maybe it's time to do something that you really want to do. Maybe you fell into your job like going to be a secretary. I spent 30 years, whatever, as a secretary, and blah, 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 blah. And you just sort of fell in it because it was convenient, but it doesn't bring you joy. So what is it about the job? Because you've got the skills and the knowledge, and maybe you feel, you know what, I want to do more, but I never get the promotion. The thing is, if you want to be promoted to a manager, you've got the skills for it. But are you acting like a manager? Do you slag the managers off? Do you disrespect your managers? Do you go, I will never do that job, I don't want it, or I don't like the people who are managers and things like that? And what? The thing is, why aren't you getting the promotion? Because why would the universe turn you into a manager if there's someone at the moment is a manager and you despise that role, you despise management, you despise the way the managers act, you despise the way they do things? This is why the universe is not giving you that promotion, because why is the universe going to turn you into a position where people despise you? Because you don't want to do that. So this is the seals. So look at your job. What is it about your job? And you've got all the skills to change. And maybe if you want to be the manager, maybe you need to start acting like a manager, wearing clothes like a manager, talk like a management, respect the managers, and then you can fall into that. I don't know what the problem is, but you've got the skills and knowledge to do your job. Go for it. So that's your one. So then we've got, I'm not sure what Bev wants, what her card is. So let's do Samantha. Samantha says health. So let's look at, you're welcome. Does that make sense? And if you want to dive deeper, you want some help, let's do a full reading. And this is where my path, oh dear me, all the cards fell. Oh, I've dropped all the cards. So bear with me, Samantha, bear with me. So if you're wanting some guidance, further guidance, message me and let's book a Pathfinder reading. Now my Pathfinder readings are not just an ordinary tarot reading. Hello, Rosemary. Yeah. So it gives you guidance. I'm going to take this one. Life experience. Oh, I like that one. Gives you guidance and a small plan of action. So this is for Samantha, and her question was health. She wants a question about health. So let's first of all do a life experience, if I can find life experience. Just talk about yourself. Right, life experience. This is actually the tower. It's called the life experience, but when you're looking at the tarot, it is the tower. And I actually connect the tower with the full moon. I will do a deeper one, and it says the full moon brings clarity and illumination. This is bringing clarity that you need to do something with your health. This is what it's saying. You know, you've decided there's something wrong, I'm going to bring in clarity. But it also heightens an awareness of an upheaval and truth. The tower represents sudden change, revelations and destruction of false structures. This card is a moment of intense clarity, which often comes with chaos before rebuilding. And this is a life experience. You're looking at your life to how it's brought you to here. Why have you got, what have you, and I'm not saying that we cause our own health. I mean, if you go and eat some rotten chicken, of course you're going to have an upset tummy. Yeah, because you ate that. But what I'm saying is, if we look back and look at all the things that we did, it actually brings us to this exact moment in place. And it doesn't necessarily mean health. It's all about your health, your wealth, your relationships, the way you look at things, the way you do things, and everything about your health. And it's like you've got this realization that I need to do something, because if I carry on as the way I have, my health is going to get worse, or it's not going to improve. And I need to take responsibility. Take responsibility of our health. So it's like me yesterday. I started taking all my vitamins again, because I've started taking in my healthy food. I'm going on a cleanse and stuff, because it's like, oh my goodness, looking back the last month or so since my birthday, yeah, I've had a bit of alcohol to drink, I've been eating cake and things like that, and it's like, whoa, weighed myself, I need to take responsibility. And this is a moment of intense clarity. The clarity that only you are responsible for your life, no one else. And if you want to be healthy, and people say, oh, you know, I'm waiting for the doctor to tell me this, and I'm waiting for that, and it's just like, well, stop waiting, because if you're not feeling very well, why not start thinking, what can I do for myself? What healthy food can I take? What healthy, you know, can I go out for a walk every day? Says she who's not been out all day. Because it's been raining, but I've been busy working. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But what is it with your health that you want to start taking? So rather than going, oh, I'm waiting for this hospital appointment, and when they tell me what's happening. The thing is, you can sit there. I mean, like me, I'm waiting for a hospital appointment, and it says 12 to 18 months before I get to see the consultant. So do I just sit on my backside for 12 to 18 months? But meanwhile, I can actually go, you know what, there's things I can do. I will start eating healthy. I will start getting a little 5-minute exercise. I will start to, you know, going to bed regularly. What can I do for myself? My life experience. Take responsibility. Look back. Do not blame yourself. This is not a blame. You are not, no one here is to blame themselves. Do not blame yourself. Because you only live your life on what you know. On what you know is by what people tell you, or what you do research. And a lot of us don't do our research. We just ask someone, what do you think? Oh, I think this. I'll go by that. You don't know whether they're telling the truth or not. They're giving you the story by what they know. So, your health. What can you do today? Because if you carry on, if you've got a problem with your health, but you're carrying on doing the same things, you're going to get the same outcome. What can you do today for yourself that can change something? Maybe what I do, I keep the chocolate in the fridge. So if at night, if I want to have any chocolate, I have to get off my arse and go and get it in the fridge. By my chair, though, I have some banana chips and nuts. So rather than sitting there, also, we try not to have these sweets and alcohol in the house, because it's there, we have it. So we choose not to buy the alcohol occasionally. Yeah, we do have it. We have got a bit of alcohol in the house. We do have a bit of chocolate. The chocolate was actually all gifted to me for my birthday. We didn't buy the chocolate. Oh no, it's all gifted to me. And then it's my choice whether I eat or not. But what can you do to help that? Now, I'm not sure who else is on tonight, because it just says there's one person here. So let me know if that helps, Samantha. And if you want some more guidance on tips and hints on what you can do to take control of your health, and become responsible for your own life. Amazing. Now, who else is here who would like a card? Because I know we had, that was Samantha. I know Bev popped on and Rosemary popped on. So if you'd like to let me know if you're still here. Oh, and Jeanette's here, yeah. So let me know if you're still here. Just say, hello, I'm here. Oh, do you know what? Thank you, Samantha, for that feedback. Thank you. It's lovely when people say it has helped. And let's book a reading and put a plan of action in how you can take control of your own life and stop blaming people. So, who else is still here? I'm not sure who is here. So if someone would like to say, yes, I'm here. And if you do have something that you would like the reading more to do with, I know it's new moon, but this is how I like to do is have them try and do rather just a general reading, which when you join other people, and I used to do this, well, here's a card for you, here's a card for you. Why not have the card which is more specific to where you are at the moment? Because that makes much more sense. Now, if it has helped, press the stars. Press the stars button and give me some stars. Give me some stars. Or I can share my PayPal account later. Ha! I'm not. Okay, if you're still here and you haven't had a card and would like a card, just say, I'd like a card, because I'm not sure who's here. It says I've got 3 viewers, but I don't know who you 3 are. And I'm really glad, Samantha, that it's helped. So we did have Jeanette and we did have Rosemary. If you just pop on, if you're able to say I'm still here, and then I will do you a card. If you've got any questions, let me know. If you like what I'm reading from my book, Lunar Reflections, available from Amazon. Yeah, just Amazon, not all bookshops, but it's available from Amazon, paperback, hardback and Kindle version. My other book, Did You Make Your Bed? The Art of Action to Manifest Your Dream Life, is also available on Amazon, Kindle, paperback and hardback. My card deck is only available from my website now. I did put a link to my website, and if you want to book a reading or anything, either message me direct or go through the website. So is there anyone else watching who would like a card? If you would like a card, message me, comment now and go, yes, I would like a card, because I don't know who's here and I don't want to do a card for someone who's not here anymore, because it's not fair. If someone's watching and it's not you, I don't know who it is. I think it might still be you, Samantha. So if you're still watching, do you know what? This is interesting. We did the King of Air earlier, and I just flipped this up and it's come up again. So maybe it's a general one, King of Air. We've all got the skills and knowledge there. We've got the skill and we can communicate with our people. If you want to have advice from someone, say you want advice for your health, and you go to the doctor. If you want advice on finances, you go to your bank manager or financial advisor. If you want advice on selling, you want to sell your house, you go to an estate agent. If you want legal advice, you go to a solicitor. You go and ask people, you get the information, and then you can make an informed choice. It is. And it can make the informed choice, and then you can make a decision. And it's interesting, the King of Earth, as I'm shuffling, it came up again. And we have got all the skills and knowledge. And if you suddenly decided, your job, you're not happy with it, you know what? You've got the skills and knowledge, because you got that job in the first place. Since you had that job, you've now got more skills. So you can go to another place and you've got more to offer people. Maybe you decide, I hate my job so much, I'm going to go self-employed and set up my own tarot reading business. I don't know. But do it. You've got the skills and the knowledge, and communicate. And if you're unhappy at work, you're unhappy with your health, communicate it and just go, you know what? Communicate to yourself. Be honest with yourself. The Gemini, the Gemini yourself, you talk to yourself, I think it's good. I mean, talk to yourself. And only you know yourself best. Yes, you can take advice from your best friend and your family and things like that. But in all honesty, they're not you. They're not you. And if they go, you're always doing this, and you go, yeah, well, that's me. I am lazy bum. I like to sit on my arse and watch telly. And if you have a problem with it, deal with it, because it's not my problem, because I'm happy. I'm happy with my life. And if you're not happy with the way, and maybe you're constantly a victim blamer. Oh, the poor me, the poor me. And of course you're complaining all the time. Well, what you're manifesting? The poor me. Well, this me and this, that. So, yeah. So it does make sense. Right, well, I'm not sure who else is here. I think it's just you or me or Samantha. But if you want to take this further and you want some more help, you know where I am. I don't know whether anyone else, because it just says, oh, it's like a one-to-one free mentoring session. I love it. So, yeah, so if you've got any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, we might leave it there. I think it's because it's half term. 2 of air. Oh, Gemini is an air. 2 of air. What's our conflict? Being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. Pretending there's no problem. There is a problem. Hello, Sally. Right, let's do a card. We're pretending that there's no problem. You know what the problem is? We're not taking responsibility. So let's do a card for Sally. Let's do this card for Sally. So Sally has the King of Water. The King of Water. The King of Water. The water is the Cups card. So let's do in my book. King of Water. Let's see if I can find... talk amongst yourselves while I find the King of Water. King of Water. This is for Sally. King of Water is for Sally. The King of Water, it's also the King of Cups in the tarot. It says, and I have associated this card with the full moon. Most of my king cards I do, because the king is the top, it's the formation, it's the completion of a cycle. The cups is a water, it's all about your emotions. So if you go into a situation where you're feeling angry, you're going to perceive it from an angry point of view. If you go into it from a happy place, you will be perceiving that same situation, no matter what it is, from a happy place. The King of Cups represents emotional mastery, balance and maturity. Ooh! The full moon is the time of emotional clarity, completion and fulfillment. And the King of Cups aligns with the full moon because he embodies the wisdom and emotional understanding that comes with experience. The King of Cups often offers emotional support, just as the full moon brings illumination and understanding to the emotional realm, offering us the ability to see the bigger picture. So this is where we got the, I'm not sure if there's time, but I'd love a card. Yes, Sarah, let me, I will do you a card. If you have a perceived problem at the moment, if you've got something in your life, whether it's a health, your job, your finances, your relationship, just let me know so we can try and put the reading towards that one situation. So with it being a new moon in Gemini, maybe with a new start, maybe we need to start looking at things rather than from an emotional, but from a blank place. From a blank place, Sally. And rather take our emotions out of it and start looking at it from a new place. And when you're starting looking at it from not being emotionally involved, i.e. stand away, you will then get the clarity because you're actually seeing the situation for what it is. You're seeing the situation. It's like a football match. It is a football match. Yes, one team may win, one team may lose, but it's still a football match. And if you're going into that football match from a place of anger over, you're going to perceive it differently. So maybe we need to take our emotions out and look at things, and that will give you clearer clarity. And this is like starting afresh without the emotions involved. And often when we look back at things, oh, you know, I remember that at Christmas we were all happy. I remember that day we were all sad. You notice everything is associated with our emotions. They made me happy, they made me sad, they made me angry, but it was all a situation. And we always look back on things with our emotions, and that is what we feel, the emotions, and that's what our memories are. You know, my happy place is sitting on the beach and being relaxed, and I feel happy. So whenever I think of a beach, that's my happy place. So that's the emotions. So maybe it's time to start this new cycle without the emotions tacked into it. So Sarah Jane, yes, let's do a card for you. So Sarah Jane, Sarah Jane, Sarah Jane, thank you for joining. Let me know if this helps. So Sarah Jane has the Dreamer. The Dreamer is the Fool. The Dreamer is the Fool. So let's see. Connecting it. The Dreamer, the Fool, and I associated this with the new moon. And we are a new moon in Gemini, and you feel the effect yesterday, today and tomorrow. Thank you. It fits in perfectly. Oh, I'm really glad. Thank you. And I know I didn't ask you to tell me where your pain problem is, but not pain problem, where your perceived problem is. I do slightly know, Sally, but thank you for joining us. So this is for Sarah Jane. The new moon is a time for new beginnings, exploration, and stepping into the unknown. Similarly, the Fool, which is the dreamer, represents new journeys, taking risks, and embracing the infinite possibilities ahead without fear of failure. Fail. First attempt in learning. The thing is failure. That you fail if you don't take that step. If you don't do what you want to do, you are failing. But when you do something and you go, oh, it failed, I go, no, it was my first attempt in learning. This next time I do it, I'm going to do it in a different way. I'm going to do this way. You know, I went out with someone and he cheated on me. Well, next time you see the red flags, you know not to go out with them again. But this is representing wonderful opportunities. And so often it's the fear of the unknown. The face everything and rise is fear. Face everything and rise. And it's the fear of unknown. What happens if it works out? What happens if it fails? And because we got that scared that what happens if it fails? And what will the neighbours say? What will the family say? What will they say? Okay, so I won't do it because I'm afraid of upsetting them to your own detriment. But if you start a new journey and you know it's in alignment with you and it makes you feel happy and content, regardless of everyone else, just do it. And if everyone else has a problem with you starting your new project, let them deal with it, and they've got to face that. Why do they have a problem with how you are running your life? If you want to go and write that book, Sarah Jane, and someone else says, what do you want to write that book for? Go, well, I want to. That's why I created my card decks, because I wanted to. Not that I want to sell them and become #1 and be the top selling and things. It's because I wanted to do that. Why did you write your book? Because I wanted to do it. And people said, well, it's not going to be a and it doesn't matter if it's not a #1 top seller. It doesn't matter if I become a multimillionaire. It doesn't matter if it becomes a famous film. It doesn't matter. I did it for myself. I'm the dreamer, and I dreamed and I took action. So Sarah Jane, this is a dreamer. Don't face everything and rise. What is it that you're thinking? You know, oh, I won't do this. I want to do this. It feels alignment. I want to throw everything in and go and live in a camper van. And if everyone else around you has a problem with it, that's their problem. But if that makes you happy, do it. Stop dreaming and take action. Now, I do hope this has helped. I'm not sure who else is watching, but I hope that card helped Sarah Jane. Let me know in the comments. Thank you, Sally, for joining. It fits perfectly. I love it. Yeah, we do get emotionally involved. Everything is emotionally involved. And that's what the moon is all about. The moon affects our emotions because the moon affects the gravity. We are water and everything. And we do look at things through our emotions and we experience things. And it's always, we remember things and it's how we feel. And sometimes we have to take our emotions out of things and actually look at things. Now, I do hope tonight has helped. If anyone's had that, it's what you get from it. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I hope the cards I've done today has given a bit of guidance. Like I said, if anyone wants to take their reading deeper, you know where I am. You can message me. You can visit my website. The link is at the top of the comments. If you want to book, if you either book directly or book through the website. If you've got any questions or queries, again, message me. And you know where to contact me. If you found that you've enjoyed it and you're able to gift stars, my emotions have been stopping me. I need to throw the negative. Yeah, it's the emotions. The emotions are things, you know, what happens if, and the emotions are, because we get overwhelmed, and the emotions are mainly it's what happens if I fail. And it's not what happens if I fail, it's what will other people say. And we're afraid our emotions are, what will our neighbours say? What will the family say? What will our friends say? What will the priest say? Well, doesn't matter. They can call you. I was watching Stacey Solomon's Family Life or whatever a couple of days ago, and she was she'd been to the National Television Awards and she'd worn this amazing dress and she looked amazing, and Joe her hubby said, oh look, there's people saying negative, and she went, I don't want to know. She goes, they're entitled to their opinion. She goes, I felt amazing. I felt wonderful. And he goes, yeah, you did. You've looked amazing. And she said, and I felt amazing. And now if other people have a problem that what they think they perceived, I didn't know, she goes, that's their problem. And she said, I don't look at the negative comments. because they're entitled to their opinion, but that's their opinion. But I felt amazing. I had the most amazing evening, and I won, and I did this, and it's like that. It was a block. And it's like, she ignored that comment because she said she could have gone and go, oh my God, they thought I looked awful. And she goes, no, I felt fab. If someone else didn't think I looked fab, that's it. And the reason why is because they were jealous that they probably couldn't wear that red dress themselves or whatever it was. And she went, I'm not letting that involve you. And she was a definite, you know, people are entitled to their opinions. So it's a block. I need to throw the negative emotions. Hi. Oh, hello, Julie King. Another Julie King. So it's like, and she went that. So it's like, stop worrying about what people will say, because you're allowing other people, what ifs, their thoughts to affect your own life. And why? Because, you know, because they're leading such sad, pathetic lives, and they're refusing to do anything there. So they want to control you because they want you to have a sad. And if you don't step out of your comfort zone and do things, then hey, that's your problem. And it's your fear, and it's fear of the unknown. Face everything and rise. And you know what? Just do it. Because it is and also it's our emotions, our ego tells you, go, well, whatever. So Julie King. Let's do a very quick card for Julie King, and this is going to be the last one. 8 of Water. 8 of Water, it's the cup sign. So let's see if I can find it. Oh, that went wrong. Gonna fill out there. Let's find the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups, 8 of Water. So in my book, Lunar Reflections, we've got the 8 of Water, 8 of Cups, a waning crescent moon. I've linked this card with a waning crescent moon. The 8 of Cups represents emotional departure, letting go and moving on from what no longer serves us emotionally. Well, this is a new moon, new beginning, so maybe it's time to release things that are no longer serves you. What is serving you emotionally? What people are around you that is affecting you emotionally, are putting you down because of their opinions? Let them go, because it's only their opinion and they're entitled to it. The waning crescent moon is a time of closure, rest and reflection before the new cycle begins. So maybe it's time to let those toxic people go. Stop letting other people control your life. The 8 of Cups aligns with the waning crescent moon energy of emotional release, a time for letting go of the past to make way for new. It's about honouring what you've learned and stepping away from unfulfilling situations. So this is what it's all about. What applications, what emotions have you got that's holding you back? And while we're trying to make everyone else happy to our own detriment. And if you're, you know, people come along and they're constantly saying, you do this, you do that, and I wouldn't do this. And you go, well, don't. And then if you're allowing their opinions to accept you, ask yourself, why am I allowing their opinion to be so? And is their opinion correct or incorrect? Now, their opinion may be correct in their own life. But remember, their life is not your life. And therefore their opinion has been devised upon their life experiences. And with the emotions, and it's like, maybe it's time to stop listening to these people, just acknowledge them and go, yeah, okay, thanks for that advice. And then in your head, fuck off and don't do anything. And let these people go, let the events go, and be honest, totally honest with the emotions. Because it's time to let it go, because we've got a new moon in Gemini, starting anew. And stop letting these people come back in and out, these people, these situations. Because we come in and we go, oh yeah, and then I'm going to let them go. Don't let them come, you know, toxic people. And then next thing you know, 6 months later, oh, they're back in my life. Just make that decision. No. Because when they're in your life, and look at your time when these people are in your lives, and every time you look back and go, yeah, they two-faced, Gemini, two-faced, and yeah, and it is a distraction, you know, and be strict, right, for once and for all. They may be family, may be friends, goodbye, and I mean it this time, but really, really mean it. I do hope these readings helped and guidance. Thank you everyone who joined. I hope you are enjoying the energy of Gemini. Tomorrow is Fairy Wednesday. Fairy Wednesday is the holy day of fairies, and I will be doing a reading there. Oh, well, not live here, but there's a reading going out to connect with the fairies. And I will be back on Thursday, if all goes well, to do some more tarot readings. So join me. So enjoy the new moon energy. Good luck in anything that you start. And let us know. And if any of these readings help today, let me know. And if you want to take them deeper, you know where I am. Press the stars button and give me some stars as a thank you. And wishing you an absolutely amazing evening. Take care. Namaste. Bye, 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 bye.